Check this out.
Hey guys, we're back.
We're back.
And we are gonna make
Macaroni and cheese. So, well, first is Sabrina, and I'm her mom. And now that it's the holiday season, we thought we'd get back into it and show you some of our favorite holiday recipes. And one thing that we both love a lot is macaroni and cheese.
cheese. I like cheese.
Yes. So we're going to show you kind of a combo recipe that we like to do. And these are the ingredients we're going to need today.
So we are going to need ground mustard, horse pepper, black pepper, and kosher salt, and
some noodles. I like to use noodles that have big holes in them because they hold all the cheese and gooiness inside. When you bite down on it, it kind of like squirts in your mouth. It's really good. And then we're going to use some cheeses. So you can get cheeses that are already
medium white Wisconsin cheese.
Yes, you can either get cheese that's already shredded, or you can buy block cheese. I like some block cheeses. This is my favorite. This is called Cottonwood Reserve. It's a raw milk cheese out of Kansas.
This one's my favorite.
And this is a sharp cheddar. And then we're going to use a Gruyere and a Gouda, kind of a mix. So I like a lot of both flavors.
This one's Gouda.
No, that's Gruyere. And then this one is Gouda. And this one's just medium sharp cheddar, a medium sharp cheddar. And then we're going to use a mix between heavy whipping cream and milk, whole milk, full fat. You want it all. And so there are two ways you can shred your cheeses. Old school, a box grater. We love them. I like to use the biggest hole, although the smallest hole will get you something like this. But if you got one of my new favorite toys, because I had to replace it because I broke it.
A toy?
Yeah, I broke my last one. This is a food processor, and you can get a food processor with a shredder attachment to it. So this is my food processor, and it comes with a shredder attachment that I'll use to shred the cheese. So now that you know everything we're going to use, we are going to get started on prep. Okay? Okay.
Okay, we have finished with our cheese.
Yes. So we use the food processor.
Ignore that noise.
Yeah. It has a disc attachment that is a shredder. So I just add that in. And we shredded all of our cheeses.
Yummy, yummy.
So
I like both of these cheese now.
yeah. We're making this for a family dinner, a family function. So this is a lot more cheese than you probably need. The recipe we'll put up will be the right numbers, but
For Thanksgiving!
yeah. So in this case, we're just I'm making more than a regular recipe for. Anyway, so we're going to now get our cheese sauce going. Our noodles are over on the stove cooking. We're going to cook them al dente, so slightly.
What does that mean?
That means to the tooth in Italian. So with a little bit of bite. So not completely soft, because it'll finish cooking in the oven. It's okay. So it'll finish off in the oven. So we are going to reduce down our milk and cream, and then as that slowly reduces, we're going to add in our salt, pepper, and ground mustard, and then we'll slowly add in the cheese so that it starts to melt. And then when it's all melted and the noodles are done,
how much salt?
Hold on, we're going to use a tablespoon. When it's all melted and the noodles are done, we're going to mix it together, stick it in a pan, top it with a little bit more cheese, a tablespoon. 1 TBSP.
1 TBSP.
This should be the big one.
The biggest one?
Yep. Then we're going to stick it in the oven with some cheese on top and let it come to a golden brown, okay? So let's get started, and we'll show you a close-up of this.
sauce is ready and our noodles ready.
Yep, so we have our cheese sauce. We mix most of the cheese into it with the milk and heavy cream.
The noodle smells amazing.
Noodles are cooked. So
Make sure you have a spoon.
Yes. So we've preheated the oven to 350. You can either do it that way, or what we're actually going to do is we're just going to make a tasting for us in our little pan here, and we're going to put it in the broiler. Because the cheese sauce is fully cooked and the noodles are fully cooked, really all we want to do is brown the cheese on top and kind of leave it extra creamy. That works really well if you're making it beforehand.
Taste it before you make it all the way into macaroni.
Yeah, because you don't want it to dry out.
Yeah.
The way I used to make it, that my grandmother taught me, is use a little
I thought it was
flour.
your mom.
No, my grandmother. We used a little flour to thicken it up, and we sprinkle a little paprika on top. A little red, it's cute. Anyway, so I'm gonna put the cheese sauce into the noodles, and then we're gonna spoon a little bit into our pan, top it with some cheese, a little paprika, stick it in the oven. If you do the broiler, you only need to do it for 5 to 7 minutes until the cheese is nice and brown and melted on top. If you put it in the oven, about 20 to 30 minutes or so, at 350. So whichever one you like to do, we'll put them both in the recipe. So
let's get this thing in the oven.
yes, let's get it in the oven. So I'm just gonna put that right here.
Okay.
I'm going to my pan. It's hot.
Whoa! It's like a volcano filling up.
Yep. Okay, so
So the cheese sauce is filling.
okay.
Now let's mix
You
it.
stir gently.
If your kids wants to try it out, make sure you have a parent, kids.
Yes.
Because you know all about the hot stuff.
Yeah.
Would you like to stir it, Mommy?
Yeah, a little bit. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna spoon some of this into our pan.
Looking
Like
good.
I said, these are nice big noodles, so it'll be a little harder to get in here, but that's okay. We're just doing enough first to bring it out to taste. And then make sure there's enough sauce so it's nice and creamy. And we're gonna top it with some cheese. Sabrina's gonna top it with a little sprinkle of paprika.
I can? But I'm gonna have to take off my gloves for this.
Yeah. Yes, please, thank you.
Give me 1 second, everybody. Okay. And make sure it gets all around your noodles and sauce.
And I like to do a mix between the yellow cheeses and the white cheeses for color.
Because you never know.
And it tastes a little. Okay, sprinkle some paprika.
With our hands?
Yep, just a little sprinkle. Just a little dusting.
A little more. Make sure it gets all around the plate.
Yep. Okay, so we are going to put this in the broiler for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to taste.
Can I use this as a napkin?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what it came out. Ready? Set, go!
Ta-da! Nice and pretty. So again, we just put this in the broiler for about 5-6 minutes, and so now we're going to taste. Thank you. And if anybody's ever had my macaroni and cheese before, especially in the last 15 plus years, we used flour to help thicken it, but by melting the cheese into the be careful, it might be hot, into the milk sauce.
It might be hard to grab.
Yeah, that thickens it for you, so you don't have to use flour.
Avoid.
I'm sure it's very hot. We just took it out of the oven.
You took it out like.
And it's very cheesy and creamy. So especially if you like that with a nice crunchy crust on top.
If you like it with a nice crunchy crust on top,
then this is how you like it. Yum, yum, yum.
oh God, mine is about to.
That's good.
If my dad was here, he would eat most of this.
Yeah.
If he was in the video.
Yeah. So anyway, So that is how we make macaroni and cheese now. I'll make sure to list the different kinds of cheeses we use. You do not have to use those cheeses. Any kind of cheddar works. Just any melting cheese, honestly.
And one more thing. Make sure you watch all of our other videos.
Yes, please. And we'll post them to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And
maybe Twitter.
Probably not. I don't
Maybe.
know. Well, we'll see. Anyway, but if you like this video,
give us a big thumbs up.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks.